Podcast is the show where we chart the path from no one to number one. Hope you guys are good today. Whoa, man, everybody blowing me up. What's up, Ryan Branco, Juan Jeremy, Milan, Silverback? What's up, Morgan? I broke kayfabe. You broke kayfabe, man. You're in trouble. Can't. Radic. What's up, Morgan? Jimmy Hallmark, Raphael. Happy to see you guys. Hit me up in the chat. Give me a number one. I'm here for a minute, like not a long time. I got 40 minutes before my next meeting. Thought I'd jump on. Raphael, what's up? Jimmy Hovey, Juan Jeremy 100. Hola, liked your interview with Briscoe and Bradshaw. Thanks, dude. Yeah, go check out Briscoe Bradshaw, Billy Robinson on YouTube. We had a nice long talk. Me and my friend Matt were on that show. It was really fantastic. So if you guys have a chance, thanks, dude. I appreciate you checking that out. Like I said, throw up a number one in the chat if you got any, if you like what we're talking about, or if you have questions. That's how I interact with you, is by talking to the chat. Today, I wanted to talk about creating a lasting legacy through entrepreneurial ventures and investments. This is for those of you who maybe have a similar goal that I do, and that is that you want to make a lasting impact beyond your life into future generations. Okay. So I want you to join me. We're going to really deep dive into this for the next, half hour or so, how to create a legacy through entrepreneurial ventures and investments. Okay. So here I am at your service, coming at you with another dose of entrepreneurial wisdom. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is creating a legacy. Okay. As entrepreneurs, investors, we all have a unique opportunity to leave a lasting impact on the world, right? But how do we do it? How do we create a legacy that's going to inspire future generations to truly reach for the stars? And that's what we're going to be diving into. So buckle up, get ready, man. I'm going to be dropping some bombs. Juan Jeremy, do you have any catch can training spots in Brooklyn or Manhattan? I don't get New York. You guys, New York City is the number one voyeur of my content when I look at insights on Facebook and Instagram. You guys are the number one, okay? But you guys never, ever pull the trigger and bring me out. I do not get it, man. I've literally, for 15 years, dude, I have done thousands and thousands of seminars, thousands and thousands of people, and never New York. I don't get it. I would love to get up there, but I need somebody to help pull the trigger. Jeremy Hovey, do I have any seminars soon? Dude, last seminar for a while, we just banged out like 6 or 7 camps. Our last one was in Charlotte last weekend. I get this weekend off. It's not really off. It's Mother's Day, plus I've got to do a bunch of fun stuff with my kids. But then the next weekend, in like 10 days or whenever that is, we're going to be in the Mojave Desert, Pinion Hills, Labyrinth Martial Arts Retreat with Josh Barnett and Wade Chalice, America's greatest pinner ever, and America's greatest catch-as-catch-can guy in the modern age. And it's for peanuts, dude. Like what you would pay for maybe like a 1 3-hour seminar for Dan or her, you're going to get 2 days, man. And then I'm going to be there, and then a bunch of our scientific wrestling coaches are going to be there. Coachingcatch.com is the place to go. What's up? Dia Blonde, BJJ, Roberto, Hannah, Sid. Happy to see all you guys. So wondering, do I know of anybody out there in New York? I don't. He says, Jeremy says, my sports entertainment coach is WWE Hall of Famer Johnny Rodz. Oh, dude, Johnny Rodz, he's always sharing my stuff on Twitter. Yeah, he says he learned some hooks and shooting from Carl Gotch when he was in WWE way back. So yeah, for those you don't know, Carl was in the WWE for about a minute with, he was held the tag team titles back in, I think it was like in the 70s or whatever. What's up, Carmen? Happy to see you. So, okay, let's go back to it. Yeah, tell Johnny to bring us out. He knows who I am. We just got to figure out like how to get us out there. I need a facility and I need a couple days. I'm not a big fan of seminars. I know that people like that and it's convenient, but I'm serious about training people and it takes a couple days of like long periods of time, right? So one, if you can help me, DM me and we'll figure some way to make this happen. What's up, Carmen? Thanks for the number one. All right, so let's get back to it, right? Creating a legacy. Billy Robinson, I created a legacy for that guy. Okay, he already was like legendary, but he needed that oomph to stay relevant in the modern age. Carl Gotch, you can go to carlgotch.com, put up a memorial page. Legacy. These guys have passed on, and yet we're still being impacted. That's what I want to do. I want when I'm dead, people like still swinging the mace and being, holy crap, we're glad this guy did this. Oh man, I'm still practicing these moves and doing all this stuff. And thank God that was Jake did that, right? I want my kids to be like, man, my great grandfather or great uncle or whatever did this and the other thing. So I hope you want to first, right? So first, let's define what we mean today by legacy. I think that's important, right? And remember, guys, hit me up in the chat. I try to hit all you guys if I can, but I do got to burn through this because I got other meetings today. So what do we mean by legacy? To me, legacy means something that lasts past your lifetime, something that you've created that will continue to make a positive impact on the world after you're dead. We're all going to die. You're going to die. I'm going to die. The grass is going to die. Every animal is going to die. Being alive means you're going to die. So I'm looking past that. Like I don't want to live forever. I want my what I did with the time I had here to echo through eternity. That's a big goal, right? So a legacy is something that basically is going to impact people and impact the world long after you're gone, right? It's not even necessarily about making money. Now, I will say that money is probably going to be a big part of making it happen because that's how the world works. You're probably going to need to figure out how to make money or to make it sustainable or so legendary, right? So it's not just about money and it's not just about building successful business. Like I said, that's certainly probably going to be a part of it. But it's about making a difference, leaving the world a better place than when you came into it, right? So how do we go about creating this legacy, right? First, number one, this is what I did. This is what I suggest to all people that I work with. It's interesting. I now I work mostly, if I'm outside of grappling, when I'm doing my business coaching, I work with corporations and businesses, right? Because I'm passionate about small business, in particular family businesses, and helping them grow and succeed and hopefully exit to where they are no longer small business owners, but now they've made so much money that they've moved on to being investors, right? So, but when I was helping solopreneurs transition, and I do still that's mostly what I do for Grant Cardone right now is he gives me clients and people that are looking to transition from a job to a business. And the very first thing that I ask them is like, what are you passionate about? What gets you fired up? What are you willing to do? Or what is it that you do without getting paid? For some people, it might be singing lessons, they love singing or playing music. Okay. Something that will, that you would do for free, but that you're passionate about. Maybe you're already spending a lot of money on it. These are the kind of ideas that I'm talking about. What are you passionate about, right? You want to find something that you love because it's easier to stay motivated, keep pushing through the tough times when it's something that you love, like wrestling. I'm so obsessed with the goddamn thing. Look at all the output that's become a part of that. Tens of thousands of pages across multiple books. Hours and hours and hours and hours of instructional footage, either from myself going and producing and creating and making happen with guys like Billy and Wade and Carl and Josh Barnett, right? Like you've got to be able to have crazy amount of drive because it's something you're passionate about. Second, you've got to think big, man. Once you've identified what your passionate is, you've got to think big. This is what I love about Grant Cardone. It's this 10x idea. So if your goal is to make $10,000 a month, why don't we make it 100,000, 10 times that? Okay. So what's the ultimate goal? What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? Don't be afraid to dream big, right? After all, I got 2 legacies that I want to leave behind. One is I want to bring back competitive professional wrestling, competitive grappling under professional wrestling rules. And in 20 years, I'm not going to say, I don't know how to quantify what my effect has been, but I know it's been pretty freaking effective. I know, like, I'm just looking at this Endeavor deal. Dude, like, I'm not saying that I caused that, but what I'm saying is that I'm in so much alignment with that, like, it's crazy. And what it is crazy to me that Endeavor's not reached out to me. They just don't know who I am, probably. Somebody needs to go knock on Ari Emanuel's door and tell him. Because that's a big, big goal that I have with Scientific Wrestling, is to make competitive professional wrestling real again. And I want Catch as Catch Can to be sustainable. So when I'm dead, this shit keeps going. Okay. That's just on the wrestling side. On the business side, with No1 Coaching and No1 LLC, we do more than just coaching. We're opening up to become a full AI advertising agency. I'm working on that now. We do sales training. We do business development consulting, showing how companies, how they can scale. But my goal there is that the statistic right now is that 1 in 10 businesses succeed past 10 years. 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 10 years. My goal is to flip that number. My goal is to flip that number so that under my guidance, under my impact in the world, I want 9 out of 10 businesses succeeding after 10 years and only 1 guy failing. Those are big, big goals, right? So you need to, that's the legacy for me. What is your legacy? Don't be afraid. You got to dream big, shoot for the stars. Okay. And you may hit the stars, but if not, at least you hit the moon, right? We've all heard that. Visualize what your legacy is going to look like and use that as motivation to keep pushing, right? So after thinking big, first you got to focus on what your passions are, narrow it down, think big, take calculated risks. Creating a legacy is going to require taking a risk, and not just dumb risks. You need to take calculated risks, ones that have the potential to pay off big in the long run. Don't be reckless. Don't shoot from the hip. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone, though. You do not know where these opportunities are going to arise after you take chances. Do you understand? I took a chance in 2004, wrote a letter to Carl Gotch. I had no idea that would turn into what it did. I took a chance and introduced Carl Gotch to Josh Barnett. That led to Josh introducing me to Billy. Like, I had no idea, okay, that those would play out that way. But because I was already thinking big, working with my passion and taking these risks, they started dovetailing. And that leads to the next thing. Surround yourself with the right people. So this was crucial. This was crucial. I surrounded myself by what was Scientific Wrestling anyway. Carl Gotch, Billy Robinson, Wade Chalice, Mark Schultz, Gene LaBelle, Dick Cardinal. It's important. In my business development, surrounding myself with all the people that got me to my master's degree, all the jobs I did in investment banking, mortgage banking, software, all the ventures and all the people I did entrepreneurially, hooking up with Grant Cardone. No one achieves greatness alone, man. To create this lasting legacy, you've got to surround yourself with the right people. You've got to find people who share your vision, share your passion. What's up, Johnny Cologne? What's up, Ike? What's up, Derek? You got to build a team of like-minded individuals who can help you bring your dreams to life, okay? And don't forget, man, give credit where it's due. This is why a lot of you guys I've seen, I'll post stuff and I ain't afraid to speak my mind. And when I see people ripping shit off from Catch Wrestling, I'm the first guy to come and argue about it and shove the facts down your damn throat. because I believe the credit is it's due. This is what pisses me off. This happened. It happened in catch wrestling before I got involved. A bunch of guys not giving credit and tried to come off like a guru, and I fucking buried them. I think it's crucial that you have to give proper credit, right? Acknowledge, celebrate the contributions of other people. Okay, it's key to building a strong legacy. Along that line, man, you've got to give back. It's an essential part of creating this lasting legacy, whether it means philanthropy, mentorship, or simply just making the sacrifices to lead by example. You've got the power to make a positive impact on those people around you. And when you give back, you're not just making a difference in the present. You're planting seeds for the future. Does that make sense? Puerto Rico rum. Sorry, I'm late to your question. Any plans for more Do It Again podcasts? Yeah, I probably will. I have a talent for this kind of thing. I broadcasted for a number of years, had a radio show on the third oldest talk radio station in the country. I did that for 3 years. I really enjoyed it. Loved having that format of a talk show where I had guests. That's kind of what I did with the No1 Podcast. I started interviewing a bunch of people. That's a good point. Maybe I need to do another one. If you have ideas for people you'd like to have on the podcast, I've already had a number of great guys on there. I've had, who have I had on there? Tons of great guys. Marty Jones, great guy if you don't know who he is. Guy Metzger, Brandon Ruiz, Josh Barnett, like a bunch of people on there. So if you have anybody that you have in mind, or you have the connection and you'd like to hear me pick their brain, send it along in the DMs. So yeah, I certainly plan on that in the future. So, okay, real quick, just some preliminary things here. I think anybody can create a lasting legacy. Okay. This isn't just for the ultra rich or the ultra successful. I think you can make a positive impact on the world no matter what your background or what your level of success. I think the number one thing is you got to make the decision to do so and commit and take massive action. Right? So can you make that impact through a small business or through like investing? Yeah, dude. I don't think it's the size of your business necessarily. It's about the impact you make. Your small business might provide something of serious value to the community, right? Or you can do it by investing in companies that you believe are making a positive impact in the world, right? So how do you know if you're on the right track? You've got to ask yourself, like, first of all, just am I actually making a positive impact? How so? Am I doing work that I'm actually passionate about? Am I surrounded by people who share my values, share my vision for this? If you can answer yes to those questions, I think you're probably on the right track, right? So I'm not saying creating a legacy is easy. It actually requires probably more work than most people are willing to throw in, more dedication, more focus, more willingness to take risks, to sacrifice, but it is doable. If you're passionate about what you do, if you're committed to making that impact, I think anybody can do it, honestly. But I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be easy, right? So everybody listening, please, I encourage you, think big, take calculated risks, surround yourself with the right people, and give back. Give back as much as you can. That's why I do this. Dude, I just signed a deal to work with a guy and given all my business acumen, the guy paid me almost $4,000 for 2 phone calls a month. I'm not saying that for any other reason as to say that I want to give back. I want to give as much as I can to people. This guy, I'm hell bent. Like, he hired me. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm gonna make sure this guy wins. Okay, that's why people pay me that much money. But at the same time, I want to get back. I'm here to help you too. I want you to win. This is the way I can reach the most people. So keep striving to be great. Don't stop working on building this legacy. Okay. So keep hustling, take risks, give back. Coach Jake's here for you. You got questions for me? So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump here in a second. If you got questions, now is the time to ask. As I said, we're wrapping up for Scientific Wrestling, which is really how I get out to the world. I do all this other stuff behind the scenes. But this show and going out and doing seminars is really how I get out to the world and try to give back. We've got, dude, this camp that's coming up is going to be sick, dude. Wade Chalice, Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all wrestling, most wins over international champions, most wins over national champions, 5 combat sport All-American, freestyle, folk style, Greco-Roman, judo, sambo, ninja level dude, plus freaking the War Master Josh Barnett, dude. This guy beat everybody, ran through grappling tournaments, ran through all this, all of that, dude. Like killer, right? Jimmy Hubby, how can I get you to do a seminar in New Jersey? You gotta just call me or DM me. Carmen says, can't wait. Yeah, dude, that camp is going to be sick. I have not done this with those two guys. We did that for a couple years. It was called pin and submit, right? Get it? Wade's the pin part, Josh is the submit part. Put them together, right? And we did those tours for a while. I sent them internationally. I could send them to the UK and Italy and all over the United States. I have not, since the reboot of the Coach and Catch program, where I really codified everything and made a whole platform out of it, I have not done that combo. And I don't know when it'll happen again, dude. And I'm just going to be real. All of us, dude, could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You want to get and show up, dude. You don't know if I have so many guys that are like, oh, you know, I wanted so much to go train with Billy when he was alive. And I'm like, you missed it. I didn't. I threw everything in. I pushed all my chips in. I committed. I made it happen. I paid the money. I jumped on planes. I hurt myself. I did everything, you know, through injuries and stuff. Like I did everything to make it happen. That's what it takes. You have to show up. You have to actually be there, dude. This stuff, like digital, it's not real. It's not real. It's pixels. Show up. It's so funny to me. Everybody plays these video games with like haptic feedback and stuff. I'm like, wrestling's got the greatest haptic feedback, man, of any game ever designed. And it's the oldest. You definitely know when you're not doing the right thing. You get pain, like a lot of it. So it's the best game, dude. Best game. Wrestling. So that you want to sign up for. Go over to coachandcatch.com. There you can register. Pinion Hills or Mojave Desert, whatever. I think I might still have, not Charlotte. And that one we just wrapped last week and had a great camp. A bunch of good guys, really grinded, super awesome. It was so funny. We had a guy who 72, Ed, total stud, 72. He's coaching wrestling in DC, showed up. 72. I don't understand, man. We have all you guys, you complain about price. You complain about everything instead of just showing up. What we do is cheaper than anybody. So you can't complain about price. We offer you people better than all the other people. And you just have to show up. You've got about 10 days. Go over to coachingcatch.com. Get registered, jump on, show up. It's amazing. The retreat itself is gorgeous out in the Mojave Desert. You got a giant teepee. We built a fire. He's going to have a party afterwards with like live music and food and drinks and all that kind of stuff. Then you're going to be able to not only get on the mat with Wade and Josh, but you'll also be able to socialize with them at the party. 2 days, dude. It's like a working vacation. If you're smart, you figured out how to write those kind of things off, right? Because maybe you already have a business in the martial arts field somewhere. Write it off. It is a business expense if you're in that business. So, yeah, super duper excited. Working to get our Shoot Pro show going. We will probably be in New York. Shoot Pro. Looking at upstate New York, probably. I'm looking at Waterton. I think, talking to some people, we're thinking maybe September, maybe October. what I would like to do now, it depends on who I can find. I'd like to run a 4-man light heavyweight championship tournament to put the strap on, to give the title, the Shoot Pro title. I told you my legacy that I want. I've done so much with scientific wrestling. I've done so much with the mace bell. I've done so much in software. I've done so much in business, but in particular, like to me, for the wrestling, I want competitive professional wrestling. I want true merger of the UFC and WWE, not two companies under the same umbrella. And mark my words, my idea that I did first will come to fruition. I just hope that if it happens on the big level, they loop me in. I would, because I have already thought all this out, and I have a minimum viable product, the whole thing, man. It's amazing. So I don't know what else you guys are doing. Like I said, I'm diving deep into the AI because I think it's going to solve a problem for me and my clients. So if you're interested, like I said, I just signed. I've got 2 clients that are going to sign. And I mean, literally, right now, I think I have over 20 clients right now. My goal is to hit 40. I still have a little bit of capacity. If you know somebody that has a business, ideally 10 to 50 employees, I will blow you up. I will get you over that hump and get you to over $1 million and start moving to the next phase of your business. That is what I do. And we're going to implement systems and get you guys rocking and rolling. Okay. So let's see here. Puerto Rican Rum says, here's an idea: a cradle seminar with Wade Chalice, Dave Petrone, and Neil Melanson. Well, Dave Petrone and Neil Melanson both got inspired by Wade. So I put Wade and Neil together on a seminar, and Neil's mind was blown and started extrapolating. Dave also came out of Wade's camps. I might consider it. Yeah, I'd have to talk to those guys. Not a bad idea. Let's see here. Emperor Charlemagne says, it's the plane tickets and hotel room costs that are holding me back. Your price is actually worth it otherwise. Oh yeah. I make it cheaper so you can afford that stuff. But the thing is, man, part of the reason why I teach people business and how to think and make more money is because, look, you just can't afford a hotel room and a flight. That's holding you back. You got to figure out how to make more money so you can do the things that will take you to the next level, right? So Emperor Charlemagne, where's the Barnett and Chalice camp taking place? I'll look into it. It's outside. So you would fly into the Ontario airport in California. It's in the Mojave Desert. The city is called Pinon Hills, Pinon Hills, Hills. Pinon, that's where it's at. You could probably find a hotel or something or an Airbnb nearby. I know, like, I do so much traveling. I think I did 25 flights last year. I think I've clocked 10 round trip flights this year already. And we're not even into Q2 yet, been done with Q2 yet. So, Southwest is really, I don't like Spirit and I don't like Frontier because they're too ghetto for me. I fly too much. It's like riding the bus. Those seats are too hard and I don't like it. But Southwest, dude, is a good value. Now, if you can afford it, I like Delta the most, or to fly private. I've done that for the first time this year. It was great. Carmen says, the value is priceless. I agree. That's what I want to do. I want to put something together that is so mind-blowing. It's like, oh my God, I would be stupid to miss this opportunity. People in the know show up and we fill it. Usually we always have about 20 people. In the last 15 years plus of me doing this, we typically get between 15 and 20 people paying the current price, including the hotels and the airports. It's sustainable, man. It's profitable. It's super valuable. It's worth more than what what you pay. It's a lot of training. So you go to a seminar, you pay $200, $300 for one of these top name guys, you get 3 or 4 hours. You get 2 days with us for that same kind of price, right? Emperor Charlemagne, what's the address of the camp so I know where to book a room if I decide to go? Just book it near Pinion Hills. I don't have it memorized off the top of my head. The name of it is the Pinion Hills Labyrinth, Labyrnth, Pinion Hills Labyrinth Martial Arts Retreat. So you can type all that in. If you just type in probably Pinion Hills Martial Arts Retreat into Google, it'll probably pop up. Yeah, I'd love to see you there, Emperor Charlemagne. I know that it'll blow your mind. This will be something that for the rest of your life, you are glad that you did, that you actually got to spend this much time with those guys. Plus, you get to hang out with the rest of us. It's going to be killer, dude. It's going to be killer. You got less than 10 days. Figure it out. Figure it out, man. That's what you got to do. This is why I'm trying to always get you guys to up your income, because you've got to figure out we just live in a world where, the money is going to help you. And all money represents is your value to other people. What are you providing to other people that they find valuable enough to give you money for? Some people, it's by taking a job that nobody else wants to do. Nobody wants to be an accountant. So people take the job because it pays okay. Nobody wants to be a plumber and dig into other people's fecal matter, but it pays ridiculous, especially when people need it the most at like 12 a.m. and the toilet's overflowing. And you're paying a plumber $300-400 for an hour's work. You understand? So you've got to find something that you like that other people don't like. So in that regard, wrestling's interesting because wrestling is very, very hard. And traditionally, it's difficult to learn. And so that's really what we've found is we've found a way to make it straightforward, accelerate people to where they actually get up to speed wrestling very, very quickly. And in fact, not just any kind of wrestling, but wrestling that not only deals with the pin, but also with submissions. We don't focus on all the various point schemes, the difference between folk style, freestyle. We focus on pinning wins. That's a great strategy in amateur, in folk style or scholastic wrestling. And submissions win in MMA, grappling. So we really, really focus down on that. And of course, because it's wrestling based, we've got great takedowns. So, all right, guys, running out of time. Any last minutes here? Hit it out. What is this? Christy. How do I say your name? Christy Strike. Don't have a car right now. I had to reach out to a lot of people to make it, but when I need to get somewhere, I'll go and ride a bike from Victorville to make to the camp, but I got to ride. Dude, awesome. See, dude, I love that, man. I love that. That's why I don't charge up the ass. I don't say I could charge 5 times what I could charge $1,000 for the 2 days with Josh Barnett, Wade Chalice, and myself. I could charge that and people would still pay it. In fact, probably more people becoming because they would see the perceived value of it. It's at least worth that much. I'm giving it to you for a fraction of that. I feel bad for you guys because I'm going to be honest with you. These prices won't stick this. I've been at this price point for years, for almost a decade, despite inflation. Still, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to pull the trigger. You got to be like Critis Strike. Sorry, Critis Strike. I couldn't see there was no S. You got to get in there, dude. Make it happen. This dude's going to ride a bike from Victorville if he had to. Google Google Map Victorville to Pinion Hills, dude. The guys are going to ride his bike through the desert. I've had people come from foreign countries. I had guys from Italy come all the way from Italy to Utah. I've had people come from Australia. And you can't just figure out how to, dude, go get a paper route. Go Uber Eats for a couple hours. Drive around, make some money. You just don't want it enough. You're just not driven. And that's my fault because I don't know how else to explain to you the power of this. Let me share a quick story and then I'm going to go because I literally have 3 minutes. I was telling you about this 72-year-old badass dude, Ed, who showed up at camp and grinded it with everybody, just hung out. And he's all messed up. He just had a heart attack a couple months ago. This guy's a stud. Okay. And he shows up. And he's like, dude, I got to tell you this craziest thing. He was like he's done space flight. He was a pilot for, he was in the Marine. This guy's seen a lot of shit. And he goes, I'm going to tell you the craziest thing I ever saw. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's been in outer space. Is it going to be an alien story or something? I need to call Eddie Bravo. But he says, dude, the strongest guy in our state, I can't remember exactly where he's from, but he's like, this guy was a stud. Jacked, looked like Brock Lesnar. And I didn't know who Wade was. And this was like in high school. And Wade came into the room and everybody's like, that guy's going to wrestle that guy? Because Wade's kind of lanky and goofy, had a big floppy hairdo. You know, it was like the 70s. And they get out there and wrestle. And Wade just lifts his leg and is like hopping on one leg, like baiting him to take a single leg. So the guy does. He takes this single leg right into a cradle and lays Wade down. And Wade's just sitting there. And slowly his back gets closer and closer to touching the back. And Wade's just sitting there. In fact, Wade, this is what blew his mind. This stud, super, oh, Carlos, what's up, dude? You were there. Carlos, let's see what he says. Great stuff, coach. Got to get ready for catch class. I believe Ed is from New York. Yeah, I think DC or New York. But anyway, he's telling this story. And as his back's about to touch Wade, this big muscle guy's like easing him back, and Wade's just slowly getting there. Wade actually crossed his leg and starts tying his shoes. And everybody's like, what the you're about to be pinned. What are you doing? Wade just sits there, is tying his shoes, ties his shoes, reaches up, grabs the guy's chin, pulls him over, pins him like in 2 seconds. He was like, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. You're going to be, this guy won the Tbilisi tournament. This Wade is the top of everybody. I'm telling you guys, show up, do whatever it takes. Okay. All right. I got to jump off of here. Let's see. Emperor Charlemagne says, your prices are very good. Plane tickets are $1,500. Yeah, you got to up your income, bro. Exactly. Puerto Rican rum. Any chance physical chess or say uncle ever get an Audible version? You know, yeah, I might do that. I'm working with a new publisher. I've got to look at how the rights work. I think it might be out of our license agreement might be over. And if that's the case, I could probably get it out to a company that can make an Audible version. Yeah, that's a great point. Let's see here. Who else we got? Critistrike. If people want to go, they can make it. I've seen people go further to meet a girl they met over the internet. Yeah, dude, 100%. Great point. All right, guys, I got to jump. I literally have 1 minute. Appreciate you guys. And hopefully I can get back tomorrow. I don't know. No promises. I'm so busy. Dude, I got so many clients right now. I'm trying to get out here and see you guys. Message me if I can help you, okay? And show up. coachingcatch.com. If you want to join our mission, dude, scientificwrestler.com. Get there. Go look at the value stack. It's a great deal.